Hello everyone, welcome back to Shapez 2. Last episode I was trying to build this, a tileable block, a city block I guess, the cool kids call them. In this game they're space platforms, for painting 4 belts of items with 4 pipes of paint. And I just couldn't find a way to squeeze in the 4th one. And it seems like it should fit. You can see I put one here, but then I couldn't route the paint to it. We'll just delete that, frankly. Or I couldn't route anything to it. And so I've taken a break. I slept on it. And before I started the next episode, i.e. this one, I said, let's just poke around on a new thing and see if any new ideas occur to me. In particular, am I using these wrong somehow? They have 3 slots, maybe three directions the paint could come from. Maybe that's interesting. And in about a minute and a half, I realized, yes, you can totally do this. I had made the somewhat arbitrary choice to lay these out with the... it's not arbitrary. It looked smart at the moment, but I hadn't thought through the details. You kind of need the belts going perpendicular to the painting, of course, because that's the direction they do their stuff in. But you don't have to have the paint coming from the same direction as the items. You could have the paint coming in... So, the issue is I have more horizontal space than I need and less vertical space than I need. So if you instead take the paint, from the left in this orientation, then you can still fit a whole row of 4. But it just takes up less vertical space. You don't have as much spare space in the corner, but that spare space sucks and I don't want it. So I think that's the way to go. I think this should just work fine. So let's copy this. And that's the layout for the... it doesn't even have... It could be prettier, but this is fine, right? Yeah, there are ways to make this look prettier, but it's all right. So then we go over to the piping, and that's all we're... Oh, it does matter a little, because I don't have space for the pipes to come in on the bottom level and then lift them up. Okay, so I have to grab this all and scoot it down 1, I think. And of course fix up the loose ends. There. And then I can do the same on the bottom, which I will do by deleting this. Hey. Copying and flipping this. Yeah, and now there's space to run the pipes quite easily, I think. Nope, not like that. First thing we do is lift up. And then let's run it like this. I guess it's... You know what? It's a little bit prettier if we just run them directly over where the pipes are, I think. Over where the belts are, I mean. There we go. I was pushing the wrong button. I said go up a floor instead of down a floor, and I was confused. And I'm not going to just copy this for the stuff down here, because the pipe layout is going to have to be not completely symmetrical, I think. because... Or it can't be symmetrical around this axis, because the pipes are coming from down here. Maybe it could be symmetrical around this axis, which would be pretty cool. But I don't think that's true, because well, no, of course that's nonsense. It couldn't be. And when I did this, I noticed, oh wait, if I'm using the left of these pipes as inputs, isn't this belt a problem? No, there's space here, so I can route these two from the inside of the track. But then when I scooted everything closer to the bottom, that got just barely almost impossible. But it still works. So I think we're still good. Yeah, let's run this one. I think I'm gonna take it to here. I think it's fairly arbitrary which of these 4 pipes I run to which of these 4 lanes. I don't think there's gonna be a big problem. I didn't just delete something, did I? No, okay. I don't think there's going to be a big problem routing, but I don't know. That just felt like a nice way to do it. Okay, another pipe here. Yeah. Going up, and then... I guess we want to go this way? To here. Okay, this one's going to look a little bit ugly, isn't it? Okay, let's send it. Okay, this is a little goofy, but hear me out. Like this. Because now I can send this one down, nope, and down, and then there's still plenty of room for this one to get to these guys. As long as I'm careful with my routing. Here to here. Hang on. How am I going to feed this one? I used up all the pipe routing space with this guy. Okay. Let's just undo all that then. I guess the pipe that goes this way has to be the one that feeds this, right? So you... are going like this. And now there's enough space for this pipe to go this way. I do like the 2 layers of abstraction this game has. I'm sure I enthused about it last episode too. And some previous episodes. But it's just a nice way to let you like get your hands dirty guilt-free, to enjoy some low-level optimization like this, and then just plug it into a system where the details don't matter. Like, you can do that in Factorio with tiling stuff. Or even like, okay, you can think of train layouts, right? You build a mining platform somewhere or a processing facility, and it's very messy, but you hook it up with trains, and then you never have to care what it looks like again. But those are like, they're at the same layer, right? The game, if it actually does take up more actual space. Whereas here, like, the least amount of space I could possibly take up is one of these platforms. And so anything I do that fits within that is just fine. And any amount of mess within it just doesn't matter because it's all going through these input and output ports. So I think this is my masterpiece. Also, it's flashing this operator thing at me. Oh, I have to hit claim. Oh, good. It saved the backup of how much spare stuff I had delivered. Oh, that's what this color thing was. It's a reminder of my operator level. Okay, and now I'm the green and gray guy, I guess. All right. So is this the same reward forever, or is it going to increase? I don't know. I predicted it would... I guess I didn't predict. I predicted the cost would go up. I didn't predict what would happen to the rewards. All right, so let's delete this, copy, and make sure this works. It looks pretty good. The routing looks a little bit silly for the pipes, but I'm sure it's fine. I mean, like, I'm sure you could make it look prettier somehow, but I think this is pretty good. And, can I see how much is actually going through here? No, it won't tell me. But it sure looks like 4 full belts, which was my goal. And also, I guess I realized something under upgrades. That I was like, oh no, my painting's only at level 1 and it's so expensive to upgrade. I'll have to get it to level 3 to line up with everything else. But then it turned out, like, you know, with painting level 1, you need 4 painters, the same as you need 4 cutters or something, right? So it's just fine. I didn't get the swapper yet. Okay, I'd like to get that. Because I suspect that this can be made cleverly with some swapping. Right? Take a green square and a gray square. Swap them so you have 2 half squares. Or 2 half and half squares. Rotate one of them and then swap again and you get the whole thing? Probably? So I think that is my next design challenge. But before I can do that, I need to get 1 more science from something like this. I think was going to be easy. This one too. But I know I have a shape. Oh, wow, this just goes up infinitely high. This little beam of light saying here's home. Wait a minute. This was just sitting here? I could have just piped that home? Instead, I took 2 copies of this and flipped it, and that's fine, but... I mean, it would have been more belts, I guess. More space belts. Do I need this shape for anything anymore? Why am I still mining this? I don't think I do, but I guess I just left it there because I don't need the platform units either. Okay. This is still useful, although... now that I have access to paint, it's going to be way easier to just make the red circles on site, so to speak, I guess. Okay, so I was just looking for something to do for 1 easy science point, and like I think this is it. Take a half circle and jam it on. Where the hell is it? One of these things. Look at this. This one's almost done. This one is. If you if you had a swapper, couldn't you take these two and use a swapper to get, like, this doubled? Like, if you took the left half of this and swapped it with the left half of this, wouldn't you be there? Nope. I would want the left. Yeah. That would be right, because then we'd... Yeah. I can't do that. Okay, so maybe I'll just... Why is this... This one's color... Oh, it's so complicated. Although I guess I already have the facilities for some of that lying around, right? There's this thing that I'm not delivering anymore. And some circles here that I'm not delivering. So if I just... Yeah. If I just stack these and then chop off the left half, I'll be done, right? So... Take a left half destroyer, 4-belt half destroyer, there we go, like this. And a stacker like this. That's what we need, right? Yeah. Okay, so it'll need 2,000 of those, and that'll take a minute. But... Stop flashing this at me. I want 12. Maybe... I mean... I'm already delivering somewhere. These guys, right? And I just need to paint them for the next milestone. There's blue paint right there. I guess that's the most convenient. Although it's still not super convenient. Oh, let's see. Let's take a pump platform and put it down here. I might need a lot of those someday. I might need... I assume, I guess is what I should say, that I'll... what's happening? Right. No. There. Yeah, that's all filled up. Okay. So, I want it... I mean... I guess I don't even need to run it under anything, just like this. Cut that out. Chuck in a paint. Ah, I didn't add that to my blueprints yet. My new toy. I wanted to check it was working first, and it is. Delete this. Save this as a for painter platform. And then we'll paste it in here. And chuck that in, and I think we're set, right? I should be able to even go look at the vortex here and see if it thinks it's delivering the right thing. Well, it won't tell me. It's telling me what's currently on the belts. But I want to know what will be there when this is done. And there's not a way to ask that as far as I can tell. It seems obvious. Like... This is a painter array, and I'm painting stuff cyan, which I think is the right color. Or they're just Ah, here comes the blue paint. Whee! It's all gonna go? Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, this stuff is finally starting to add up a bit. We should already have green squares, right? Yeah, so what I need additionally then, I guess, is normal squares. So that... Alright, it's a little annoying that from the blueprint toolbar... There's no, like, the way to get back to here is to hit, like, Shift 5? That's miles away. But okay. No, 3 tab. So now we have gray squares, and the idea is going to be to swap, rotate, swap. And I think I'll then be making 8 belts worth of this stuff, which I can just jam onto the same belt I currently have. What am I going to need after that? Oh, just staple them together, huh? Okay, that's nice. Well, in that case... How many will I need? 14,000, a decent number. So it wouldn't hurt to double the production of this, I suppose. Right? Obviously, it never hurts. This is a factory game. Where are my blue X's? Okay, this is where they start. They're not home, but they're close. So weren't there... Yeah, there's... Well, why don't I just copy this? Like this whole thing, even? Yeah. It says hold shift to place anyway, but they just don't let you do it. Okay, fine. Oh, whoops. Yeah, leave that there. I do have the slight issue that I can't get the paint in here. Okay, let's take this, cut, move it back a smidge. That's too many smidges. Here is where I wanted it. So that's assembling the shapes. Okay. Make sure that goes under. Now I have space here to paint the shape. Well, look, they only sort of clip each other. And I'll just run more paint as well. Should have done that first, I guess, because it's the slow part. And of course, what I should do was not any of this. This is fine. Let's move that a little further left. And we're gonna build a really fancy but silly platform here. It's going to be much like the ones we've seen before, where we take something on the lowest level and raise it, but we're also gonna turn. Oops. And then we can just join these up, and we'll have 2 belts full of this stuff. Which, I mean, I'm not even sure if that'll get this delivered any faster. But if we have 8 belts worth of these, then it should make it faster to deliver the final milestone, because I want 8 belts of these as well. Alright, what did I just get? This. Cash this in. Now go get the swapper and test that idea of building the checkerboard pattern. Actually, let's make sure this stuff all works. I mean, it obviously should, right? And like, obviously there are better ways to do this. I don't even really need this under, because this shape that's being delivered is useless garbage. Okay, let's just delete that. I kept it there because, like, hey, I might want those shapes, and like, they take a long time to get there, you know? But let's just not do that. Can I really? Yeah, I can. Nice. Okay, so, like I said, I don't even know if any of the stuff from the new pile will get there before I'm done delivering. Although I think so, right? Like 2,000. I don't know what the capacity of these guys is. Okay, but let's... I have a square here. So I want to design a new platform. I love designing platforms. And it's going to be a swapper platform. Is that a cutting? Yes. So how does this look? It just takes 2 lanes of input. I mean, this is gonna... I don't know if I can fit this in a one-size platform. Because this is even worse than the cutter version, which had 1 input and 2 outputs. Now I have 2 inputs I have to route and 2 outputs? Now look, I've seen Nilaus videos. He can do this in one thing and have tons of space to spare. I'm not that smart. I may or may not manage this. We'll see. I shouldn't say I'm not that smart. I may or may not be as smart as him, but he certainly has more factory builder experience and expertise than I do. Jeez. So, okay, question. We need 4 of them. 4 of these for a full belt. Wow. Four belts of both input and output. That's so hard. Sorry, 4 belts times 2 is what I meant to say. Of course, input and output, but each full belt is a full belt is 2 full belts. You need 4 of these for 2 full belts. No, sort of. Oh, it even says 30 per minute times 2. How nice. So, how do you even... Let me go review my masterwork. the 4-belt cutter. How do you even do this? Yeah, this is awful. The input. Okay, I should look at it from this point of view, I guess. I can look at it from whatever view I want, but I want input on the left. I put some of them on the upper level, which seems fine. You know, honestly, I mean, I did watch in your last video. I wasn't, like, taking notes trying to make sure I get everything as genius as his, but just, like, it's nice to soak up the factory vibes from someone else when you're not playing. And he did some swapper stuff. I think he fit into a size noticeably smaller than this. A thing that swaps corners, like, on a shape that like turns two things into this. But I think it was actually just 1 belt worth, not 4 belts worth, because it was before he even did space platform stuff. So maybe I'm judging myself too harshly here. Because 4 belts of this sure is something. I think it might be the kind of thing I want a bigger platform for, because this just is... Are you kidding me? Routing like 16 belts? 8 in and 8 out? It just seems very hard. Oh, I've achieved a shape goal, my milestone. Okay, well that's not very helpful because the next thing I need is what I'm working on now, and it didn't give me any science. But I guess we could go admire our home for a moment. Oh. I didn't even actually speed things up because I never upgraded these to take... I'll do that now before I forget, even though it's not doing anything at the moment. No, not there. Here. Okay, so it definitely did not speed things up because I didn't actually do this. But I could have. And now when I start stapling these on top of my cool squares, they can go fast. Because I have a lot of them. Alright, back to stuff I'm bad at. I just don't know if you can fit that in this space. Well, let's imagine you could. What would it look like? You would start with a swapper. It would have to be at least 2 away from the wall, right? Could you put it here? Probably. Because the idea would be, well... Already, the concept of fitting 4 of these in a row and then doing that 4 times is looking dicey. But I think if you wanted to, you can actually turn stuff in like this, right? So if I had, well, it doesn't even matter. If I had something coming in like this, it could go down that way. But if I for some reason couldn't fit that, I think I am allowed to go down and turn, am I not? Yeah. That's allowed as well. Okay. Well, maybe this isn't so impossible. Because this doesn't take up very much... horizontal space. It takes up a lot of vertical space, and so you can't comfortably route through it. But I bet I could squeeze in a few gaps. I'm not sure if that would be good enough. But the other thing is you could jump over these with the extra lines and then start, like, from a world where you imagine this stuff just doesn't exist. But then how do you get the outputs from these out? Right? Let's say you route this out here. Well, that's the other thing. I want to look at these for some reason. Swaps the west halves, they call it. Okay. And there's no way to, like, you can flip this, but it's still swapping the west half. Like, it doesn't make a difference. Okay. Like, I mean, say I routed all of this stuff in, right? No, it would have to be even further, wouldn't it? Because, yeah, this looks gross. I don't think you can do this in this amount of space. I mean, okay. I could be wrong, but let's say this is my most grandiose project yet, and I want to do it like this. Ugh, excuse me. And this is kind of, I don't know, suitable because it kind of has a nice symmetry with the actual tool we're using. I want it to look kind of like this, where you feed a shape in here and a shape in here, and they come out swapped here and here, right? It's kind of nice. So we have, this is an abundance of space. It's unbelievable. It's 3 times as much space, right? Ish. Even though it only takes up twice as much space? Yeah. Because so, well, not really. It's close though. Because this little inner square we have 3 of instead of 1 of. And the boundaries, we have like 2-ish of instead of, yeah, we have exactly 2 of this filler space instead of 1. So we're getting triple this space and double this space. So is it closer to triple or closer to double? I mean, you be the judge, I guess. Math could tell you, but I'm not going to use that. All right, let's start by routing the input belts. Maybe that'll simplify my thinking a little. This one kind of needs to go, all the rest need to go this way a bit, right? Which I can't actually fit 4 here wide. So do I do like 2 by 2? Is that possible? Could that be a fun idea? Like, let's say I did that. Then there's easily space to get in the bottom layer. I don't know if I put them so far forward. I don't need quite that much space, but I imagined I might. Then I could run the other 2 up like this, right? to be extra cheeky, I think, maybe this is insane, but wouldn't it be kind of funny to do this instead? And then I could squeeze all this in some more, right? I wouldn't need this gap anymore, I think. So I could take this, cut it, put it here. Now, this is clearly, well, this feels like premature optimization. Maybe it's not, but it feels that way. Maybe this is like a genius plan. Because I think I could get all the inputs out from here, right? The upper belt stuff just goes up, and the stuff that's going out this side or whatever goes out on an upper belt. And the stuff on the bottom, I can launch the output of this over the next round of processing and then join them up together, right? Because I don't need to have 4 belts out of here, just 1 for each of the outputs, right? So 2 total. But I can join them up on the other side. So can I not copy this, put it here? Well, not quite here. Here? Ooh, it has to go like here, doesn't it? Because I need space for these to go like this, since they're in the wrong lane at the moment. Actually, does it matter? Hang on. I guess I have to do the swap over at some point. Either before entering into this or after exiting out of it. Maybe it's easier after exiting, and that saves me a bunch of space. So, put this here. So slick. Don't know if it's good, but it's kind of cool. Maybe I actually could have fit this into a 1x1. That would sure be something to... No. The belts are going to be so much of a nightmare. Okay, and then I need this, but like here? Leaving me just enough... Oops. Hang on, you don't belong there. Right, because this does go to there. Leaving me just enough space to route in a belt from the upper level as input to this on the left. I guess getting the outputs for these could prove a little tricky to avoid mixing with the inputs to these on the second level. But I think it should work out. So now, the left lane of these two and the right lane of these two belong together, which is a bit of a nightmare. But maybe it's great? Yeah, it is kind of great, actually, because they're the ones that don't have any conflict. I can just do this, right? Now it's all merged. Send that to the output. Now, it looks very pretty, but I haven't done the top level yet. So, you know, buckle in, I guess. Let's say stuff comes in from here. And the first thing we're going to do is take this up to the second level, of course. I guess go up like this. No. Up. No, don't go that way. Go this way. In here. And there. Leaving me just enough space to extract from here to go this way. Well, the problem is I want this to go up as well, and those can't merge that way. So I think we actually have to do something a little bit jankier. Because I believe you can actually do a turnaround, right? Yeah, look. This is a turnaround. God, it's tricky. There. You get here, and the first thing that happens, you get lifted up and turned around to go the opposite direction. So that this could all join up as the output, right? And we want those to also join up with this. Right? Is it beautiful, or have I misled myself? Does it work? That's an important question too. I mean, I don't know. In some ways, it's horrific. Wait, I got another operator level. Okay, sure. Just doing more of this stuff. So, I'd like to test this, I think. Oh, I have to finish routing it. Like so. Let's put this near two different shapes. I don't know. I mean, there's one I said I wanted to do, wasn't there? Like swapping these two with each other. That's not exactly near, but it would be interesting. So let's grab a minor. No. 5. There we go. Then 3 and then tab. I feel like the toolbar could use a little bit of like simplifying, but I don't know. Let's, okay. Let's have this come in from the left. Maybe this should be my blueprint. Is this what I want? That's paint, isn't it? No, that's what I want. I haven't done this yet. Like, I've had this be my blueprint because I've had small asteroids rather, that I have wanted something other than just 4 in a row. But I guess as we get out, they're bigger and bigger, and so 4 in a row is probably okay. Oh, it happens to line up perfectly that this comes in on the right. Perfect. And then just route these both into a trash platform, please. so I can see what they are without them getting clogged up. Oh, it'll tell me, of course. Yeah, this is what I want. So forget this trash stuff. Ship that home. We need 1,200 of them. I mean, let's see. Don't I have somewhere around here a tourney platform? Yeah, this is perfect. To lift something to the second level. Nope, that's exactly the opposite of what I wanted. Okay, I want it like that, and then, no, there. Let's send this bad boy home, which is this way. And I'm suddenly starting to appreciate that I may need more space in the vortex. Because, I mean, I'm putting in all these and nobody even wants them anymore. Yeah, that's something to think about, I guess. Let's just use that lane, I guess. I know we will want those as intermediate products eventually, but then they can use this input lane, right? Alright, so how's this going? Did this work out okay? I'm shipping these. Oh, it should show up, of course. It should show me right here. Nope, because they're still delivering the old garbage. Oh, I was like, how come they're two different shapes? They are, but they're like, why are they two different rotations? Did I mess up my swapper? No, the whole reason that this was a fun that I saw these two shapes was I said if you swap them, wouldn't you get 2 copies of this? And you do. So I am getting 2 copies, they're just oriented weird. Actually, I don't know if I noticed that you would get 2 copies of it. I don't remember if I saw that you would get 1 copy and then some other shape. I don't remember if I noticed the other shape would also be the thing you were looking for. Okay. So, this needs work, clearly. It's not finished. It's just a quarter of the thing. But it looks nicely tileable, mostly. The only thing I'm a little worried about is whether I can actually fit all the belts in. I mean, obviously that's what to worry about, right? The belts were the hard part of this whole thing. But this is very pretty. I like this. I don't think it's quite compact enough, sadly. The need for 3 lanes here is just a bit... Well, actually, can I hop over a whole one of these? How much airtime do you get? Yeah, you totally could. Huh. Okay, so what if I tried that? Nope. Right, so that's what these are. And then I say this. We're going to just copy everything from here to here. And paste it just fits there, right? And we might have to make the top level do some hopping as well. But that should be possible. Okay, so, right, like this is a problem. Okay, let's undo that. I just want, in fact, to copy the bottom layer. I'll copy this top layer separately. And I just need to copy this much of it. Like so. Oh, it's almost like God intended it to happen. I'm not a religious person, but sometimes an engineering design just comes out so beautiful that you think, well, there's not really any other explanation, is there? There's a God and it's me. Oh, how are we for time anyway? It's been almost an hour. You know what? Let's leave on this beautiful epiphany before I realize some small detail makes it actually a hellish nightmare. And tomorrow we'll just finish tiling this beautiful little thing up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.